Good day, sir. And this is my project for prelim. Subject Marine Environment 211. In this video, I will explain my understanding about marine environment, what are the major sources of marine pollution and its impacts, hazards to human, animals, and shipping industry. And I will also explain Marpol Convention and its history, when it was adopted, entered into force, and its objectives, including all the regulations of Marple Annex 1 to 6. Now, let's begin. What is marine environment? As you can see the picture, this is what a marine environment is. Marine environments are the habitats that supports marine life. It includes the waters of seas and estuaries, the seabed and its subsoils, and all marine wildlife and its sea and coastal habitats. What are the major sources of marine pollution and its impacts? Hazard to human, animals, and shipping industry. First, I would like to explain to you the impacts to the human. Impacts impacts to human. So, if humans are exposed to these toxic chemicals for long periods of time, then this can result in dangerous health problems, which include hormonal issues, reproductive issues, and damage to our nervous systems and kidneys. And as for the animals, it basically marine pollution such as plastic kills fish, birds, marine mammals, and sea turtles, destroys habitats, and even affects animals' mating rituals. Impacts the shipping industry. The reported effects of boats or ship noises and marine mammals include changes in both physical and acoustic behavior, masking of communication, and echolocation sounds and stress. So next is I will explain to you what is Marpol Convention. The Marpol Convention. It was adopted on November 2, 1973 at IMO. The Protocol of 1978 was adopted in response to a spate of tanker accidents in 1976 to 77. As the 1973 Marpol Convention had not yet entered into force, the 1978 Marpol Protocol observed the parent convention. The Marpol Convention includes regulations aimed at preventing and minimizing pollutions from the ships. Special areas with strict controls and operational discharge are included in most annexes. Now we will start Annex 1. Annex 1 is a regulations for the prevention of pollution by oil. It was entered into force by October 2, 1983. It covers prevention of pollution by oil from operational measures as well as from accidental discharges. The 1992 amendments to Annex 1 made it mandatory for new oil tankers to have double hulls and brought in a phase-in schedule for existing tankers to fit double hulls, which was subsequently revised in 2001 and 2003. Annex 2 is about a regulations for the control of pollution by noxious liquid substance in bulk, entered into force in October 2, 1983. It is about the discharge criteria and measures for the control of pollution by noxious liquid substance carried in bulk. Some 250 substances were evaluated and included in the list appended to the convention. The discharge of the residues is allowed only to reception facilities until certain concentrations and conditions are complied with. Annex 3. Prevention of pollution by harmful substances carried by sea in package form. It was entered in July 1, 1992. Contains general requirements for the issuing of detailed standards on packing, marking, labeling, documentation, storage, quantity limitation, exceptions, and notifications. Annex 4. Prevention of pollution by sewage from ships. It was put into force 27th of September 2003. It contains requirements to control pollutions of the seaway by sewage, and discharge of sewage into the sea is absolutely prohibited, except when the ship has in operation an approved sewage treatment plus plant, or when the ship is discharging comminuted and disinfected sewage using an approved system at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles from the nearest land. Sewage which is not comminuted is disinfected has to be discharged at a distance of more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. Annex 5. Prevention of pollution by garbage from ships entered into force 31 of December 1988. It deals with different types of garbage and specifies the distance from land and manners in which they may dispose of. The most important features of Annex is a complete ban imposed on the disposal into the sea of all forms of plastics. Annex 6. Prevention of air pollution from ships. It was put into force 19 of May 2005. It sets a limits on sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide emissions from ship exhaust and prohibits deliberate emissions of ozone-depleting substances. Designated emissions control areas sets more stringent standards for SOx, NOx, and particulate matter. That is all for my understanding about this project. I hope you learned something, and goodbye.